don't have to be a genius to see that these ladies are juiced to the gills. Now, someone might comment down below and say, yeah, Shaun, thanks for pointing out the obvious. Why would you even need to make a video like this in the first place? Look at the size of them. Of course they're on gear, but I've done a few steroids in CrossFit videos in the past. And without fail, every time I make a video talking about steroids in CrossFit, there's always someone in the comments saying I'm uneducated and saying the CrossFit athletes are vigorously tested. Yes, and a lot of them who are drug tested fail. Steroid use is running wild within CrossFit. If you want to take a look at natural female bodybuilders, they're still not the size of some of these female CrossFit athletes. Now, of course, CrossFit athletes still do a little bit of bodybuilding work, but usually it's only a little bit of volume to help increase the muscle mass. They're not doing typical bodybuilding splits, so to have more muscle than a bodybuilder, and you're not even really doing bodybuilding as your primary discipline, then of course you're on gear. These girls are deltoided and trapped up. Look, each to their own. If you want to do gear, that's fine, but don't come into my comment section just because you do CrossFit saying, I do CrossFit and no one uses steroids in my club and everyone's jacked. Usually if someone's really jacked and they do CrossFit, they didn't build that muscle from doing CrossFit. You'll never get someone who is out of shape who then starts CrossFit and then builds a lot of muscle. Now, they might get a little bit leaner and tone up, but never will they ever build a significant amount of muscle from doing CrossFit. The people who do have a lot of muscle either built it prior to starting CrossFit or they're on steroids. I've even had personal trainers who work in my gym who have eventually got into CrossFit. Now, when they're posting all their CrossFit training and the CrossFit workouts on their Instagram, they get a lot of naive people thinking that that's how they got in shape, when it's not the case at all. They were doing bodybuilding for the last 5 or 10 years and have only just recently switched over to CrossFit. It's the same with kettlebells. Doing kettlebells don't really build that much muscle, but when you're seeing these lads who are jacked doing kettlebells, it's because they were doing 140 kilogram bench presses first and bodybuilding workouts and have now recently moved on to kettlebell training. I've done a really good in-depth breakdown about steroids in CrossFit a few months ago. If you want to see that, you can do so up here. I've got no problem with people taking steroids. I just hate when people lie about it, or people are naive about it, or people get on steroids for the wrong reasons and therefore compromise their health. Okay, boys, let's get a vote. Like this video if you're natural, comment if you're on gear. A nice one for all the messages about my latest music release, whatever it takes. If you're into raw hip-hop, you can go and check out my music. Link is in the description, or just type in Jonesy on Spotify. Okay, boys, see you tomorrow.
But I'm too comfortable in my own bubble, yet something is coming to burst it. I need to just hustle it all, will be worth it.